Good morning, everybody. How all you going this morning? I want to show all you three beautiful flowers. Three beautiful flowers this morning. Hi.
I have some flowers in my hair.
You look so pretty. Today's dress up day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Friday is dress up day.
Yeah, and look my big
Shabbat.
duckling and my second duckling.
And we have a fourth duckling.
A fourth duckling.
That's a cat.
I think we have a fifth duckling. Her name is Cherry. Look at Cherry. Bring Cherry a little closer. Let me see. This is Suri's drawing. Her name is Cherry.
Yes.
Could you describe Cherry for us?
She has a skirt that's blue and pink and a little tip so she can be good. And her yellow glove and white hair and her black eyes. She mouth, she blushes, and she red shoes. Boots.
You drew this?
Yes, correct.
Ooh. Sydney, I'm sorry to tell you, but I think she's meeting you back, you know. I think she's surpassing you.
Seriously, new artist.
Yeah, that's good. We'll encourage her. You see, I think she was inspired by you, you know.
She real?
I really believe she was inspired by you.
I think she was inspired by Sadie as well.
And Sadie, of course. Sadie, we didn't forget you, no. She was inspired by both of you. Great big sister ducklings. All right, we go into school. So, boy, Suri has great news. You remember a long time Suri used to get 100 homework and sometimes she used to get 15 homework. Well, Miss Vidya actually cut down the homework quantity to 10 homework. Not so? That's what you were telling me?
Yeah.
Only 10 homework.
Yes.
So that's Miss Vidya, thanks girl. I really appreciate that. Yes.
Yesterday I also got 10 homework.
No, everybody got 10 homework yesterday.
I got one homework as well.
Well, how come you giving she only bar? I want a bar too.
Give mommy a bar.
I want a bar.
And the gato wants a bar too.
So, girls, I have some goat seasoner.
Goat.
Go.
Goat.
Goat is the goat of being
All
goat.
the people are bar.
It's the greatest of all time. It's the greatest of all time.
The greatest of all time is the greatest of all time. Give my box say. Well, they're real sharp, you know. They're real sharp, you know. I can't hug them up too much. I'll get cut. Because they're sharp, you get it?
I get it.
You get it? Alright, girls, let's go.
And sharp.
Tell them, you'll see them later.
I want to
See you later.
I'm looking sharp. I'm looking sharp.
You're looking real sharp. Let me see the nosy. The nosy healing? Yeah.
Now Mr.
Everything
Nose healing.
Right. Mr. Nose healing. And my nose.
That is my nose.
Alright.
Takes my nose. Takes your nose and takes my nose. Here's my nose in yours. Here's my nose in. I take my nose.
So wait, Suri, what you do there? You switch your nose?
Yeah. And I switch my nose.
Easy, just so?
Nah, I'll take it back.
No, but I already have. No.
This child switch nose. I never see a child do that before. Alright then.
I have a nose.
We go in, so we'll see you later.
I see.
Whoa. The weather is holding up real nice. So I have my fingers crossed. Don't want to talk too loud. I don't want to talk too loud, but I have my fingers crossed, hoping that the sun stays out and you know, some sunlight and fresh breeze could pass through our sukkah, could get it ready for this evening when the girls come home. The sukkah is beautiful, whether it's in the night or the day. It's beautiful. So what I'll do, I'll just tie up the drapes a bit and somebody's speeding going on here, so I'll just tie up the drapes a bit and let some fresh air flow through the sukkah and sort of let the air purify on the inside. Yes, I have plenty woogies on my hand. I'm gonna tie up the curtains, and when I'm finished with that, I will take you inside to show you how I make challah bread. That's the one that is flat. You know, yes, you've seen it before. It's called challah. Usually the girls and I would make the bread together, but seeing that they're at school, I'll do it. Well, I wouldn't be doing it by myself because you guys will be with me, right? But it would be cutting it a little too close to have to pick them up and come back home and make the bread right after school. And I really want to optimize that sit down time this evening with them. So we're doing the challah and we're doing some goat. I have the goat seasoned up. I'll show you that. Goat. How are we going to do this goat? How are we going to do this goat, boy? I was thinking like maybe we could do a full-fledged curry with coconut milk, and maybe see to put some bananas inside there. I don't know. I'm thinking also curry stew goat. I've never done it. I've had it before. It's delicious. So I'm thinking, you know, you could curry stew chicken. So yeah, I guess you could curry stew goat as well. If you could curry stew chicken, I think you could really try that approach with the goat. However we're doing it, I'm really looking for a sauce, a nice thick gravy at the end of the cooking process. And I'm kind of thinking like I'm searching for like a tomato, something like a tomato, a banato aftertaste in my mouth. So, you know, as we go along, we'll see what we come up with. But we want a nice, thick, rich, flavorful gravy. I know what it is my mouth calling for, you know. I know what the palate calling for. So I'm going to work towards that. Nice, thick gravy to just break off a piece of that bread and scoop up everything and scoop up that sauce with and Chambers agreeing with me. Chambers agreeing with me. You hearing him in the back? You know why he agreeing with me? He just glad that his goat going to be in that pot and not him. You hear what you say? Cook the goat meat. Cook the goat meat. Alright, let me tie up my curtains and let me go and make the bread. Alright, and at some point during the day we have to refill the hummingbird feeders. I'm thinking we could do that when we're waiting for the bread to rise. You know I have to give all you a view. So picturesque. You guys can screenshot this and try to paint it. Beautiful, beautiful being coral. Alright. Let's go do some bread. In this bowl, you're seeing that this liquid is looking a little brown. That's because I dissolved 1 tablespoon of brown sugar in there, and this sugar solution is going to be receiving a pack of yeast. So I'm going to dissolve this yeast into this warm water. Don't use hot water. It's actually going to kill off the yeast. You want warm water, warm and moist. Perfect conditions to help activate the yeast. And when you add the sugar to that, that's the perfect situation to get your yeast blooming, right? So just dissolve it. Then we're gonna let this sit for 10 minutes, and in 10 minutes when I bring it back, you'll see how the yeast would have been activated and it would be blooming. It's actually a beautiful thing. If I had another device, I would have done a time lapse for you to see. All right, now I have 3 eggs. We'll be beating this up, right? 3 beaten eggs, and I reserved 1. Let me show you something. I reserved this one, so this is going to be used as the egg wash. When the challah is ready for the oven, you'll just use an egg wash and sprinkle some sesame seeds. Look at these eggs. Lucero Road Erin. 4 these farm fresh eggs. I wonder if them people know my boy. That's from down on my side. 4 these healing all you out. Thanks for selling eggs. Look at how far they reach. All your eggs reaching Cora. And they'll be seen all over the world. Look at that. Isn't it amazing? Good. Now here I have 3.5 cups of sifted flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar. If you don't want to use sugar, you want to use honey or agave. I also put a teaspoon of salt in there. And really, these things are all you're going to be needing for your challah bread. It's not complicated. When you hear challah bread, it's challah or challah. Don't get worried. Don't start to panic and don't feel intimidated. And please don't think that it's a long, drawn-out process. It simply means it's just a different type of bread. And because it's bread and there's yeast involved, it follows the same rules as any other homemade bread that you might have been making all along. So you need to knead your dough properly, leave it to rest, punch it down to get that yeasty, fermented taste out of the dough, knead it again, shape it, leave it to proof again, and then bake it. There are many different variations to the recipe for challah bread, and really you just go on the internet and you just choose one that you're comfortable with. I tested out a few, and this one for me is the simplest. Plus, I'm really comfortable working with this recipe. It's simple, easy to follow, great results, and that's what I like to do. And for those of you who don't know how to plait, you're going to learn today. First things first, before I show them a goat, I want a bay leaf. They're seeing what a bay leaf is on Ella's Food and More. This is my goat situation. Oh gosh. I wonder how close I could carry all you to this goat meat, boy. Like, how deep inside the basin could I carry you guys? Because I want you to see how beautiful this looking. So I seasoned up the goat with, salt, black pepper, some of the green seasoning blend, and some curry powder, some masala and curry powder, right? And the bay leaf not going in just yet, no. But I'm thinking that I want to add something else to this. And I know the perfect thing. Yeah, this is what I want to add to it. The 5 spice. I love putting this in meats. Just a little bit is all I need. I personally find that this 5 spice powder is like gold. I would say that it's like gold in cooking, because I find whatever meat I use this in, whether it's goat or chicken or beef, even on fish, it really enhances the natural flavors of the meat and of fish. Right, so we leave that there to settle a bit. I can't wait to chunky this. These are the aromatics. Some I have, that's how I want it. Some pimento peppers, shadow benny, and some red onions. Sometimes I prefer chunking with a red onion because the flavor is not as robust as the typical onion that we use on a daily basis. It's sweeter, it's a bit mild, there's a difference to the flavor profile, but you still know it's onion, right? You can eat it raw and cooked. I have all my daughter's artwork on my fridge. Sometimes I'd have to dive through pages and pages of artwork to get inside my fridge, and that's okay. I love it like that. I run out of brown sugar, but that's not a problem, because white sugar caramelizes also. And I decided I'll go with the curry-stew goat situation. Yeah, I have a good plan for the goat, I have a good plan for the goat. So let me flip. So I have my legendary tal curry pot heating up here. Yes, this is mommy tal curry pot. This is my mother tal curry pot, right? And inside here is a tablespoon of oil, maybe just a little less than a tablespoon. And I'm going to put about a tablespoon and a half of white sugar in there, and you will see some magic just now. Turn up the heat a little bit and just swirl the sugar around so that it'll dissolve a little faster in the oil. The thing about caramelizing sugar, a lot of people get nervous because what happens is that when you put the sugar in the oil, the process doesn't happen too quickly at first. But then when it melts, when the sugar melts and starts to bubble up and turn into that nice dark brown, amber, almost amber color, from there it could go pretty quickly and your sugar could burn. So you always have to be monitoring your sugar when you're going to stew something. You see it's dissolving there? This is really fascinating. The sugar went in white and now it's almost transparent and then it'll turn brown. Please don't leave your sugar and run away to do anything. You know how many times as a little girl I used to hear mommy bawling out, Melissa, go and take off the stove. By the time I reached the stove, the sugar burned. Poor lady. At the time I was too young to stew, but as I got older I helped her. My mommy, she was a superwoman. So you see what's happening now is happening real quick. Turn down your stove, your heat. Lower the stove, that's what they say. Lower the stove. Or low down the stove. Or slow down the heat. Whatever works for you, let the flame go from high to low. So you see what's happening there? I just want it a little more caramelized and then we'll train it good. Because we're looking for flavor and color from this caramelization process. So there we go, inside. Just give it a little while. And gently nudge the pieces around. Oh my goodness. Anybody who passing by my house will feel inclined to walk up this hill and ask for a plate of food. This thing's smelling boss. Knock your pot for good luck. I always tell you that. I want to get you all as close as possible to this goat. Because I'm kind of hoping that if you get close enough to the goat, you'll be able to smell it too. But look and listen to what's happening. Yeah, that's magic in a pot. That is magic in a pot. Now that I chunk it and most of the pieces of the goat really take good color from the stew process, I'll just throw in the aromatics. Let everything to that shadow benny boy. Shadow benny want to come out from that bowl. Oh yeah. And we're letting all the aromatics fry up with the pieces of goat properly. When I knock this pot, or they're supposed to hear that wherever all you is, I'm gonna knock it again and tell me if all you're hearing it. Remember I told you guys I would bring you back to see how the yeast looks. This is how it looks. Okay, so you just make a well and you pour everything inside the well and you start to knead. Okay, I forgot to mention that I put a little bit of is cinnamon powder inside there. So let me just pause and show you all. You know, I'll just give you a little glimpse along the way. If you're concerned that it's too sticky and it's a little too difficult for you to work with, just sprinkle a little dried flour in between every now and then, and you keep kneading. Yes, you will get Hulk hands. That's okay. Alright, so that's my bread in that basin there. And I just taken another identical basin and I'm covering it. Make sure to oil the top basin. This is just my little hack. This is just my little hack. Lovely. So this situation in the pot is going exactly as I want it to go. And it's time to add in some water. So I'll add in some warm water. I'm liberal with the water at this point. That's okay, because we're going to let this goat take its time and cook. Okay, you could put it in a pressure cooker if you like. If you have a pressure cooker, you could do that, but mine not working so well, so we're doing it the old-fashioned way. Cover and leave them alone. And yes, blaze them. Blaze them. It's been 45 minutes, so let's see what's going on with our dough. It has, what is this, tripled in size? Yep, this is a nice dough. So you could punch it down, but I just like to take my time and go in there and just kind of squish it around with my fingers. And immediately as I started to do this, the scent of the yeast hit my nostrils, and oh, it smells good. It smells real good. Flour your surface, turn out your dough, divide it into 3, just eyeball it, 3 equal parts. Just kind of use my hand to gauge the weight of each piece of dough. Like this one, the center one, is a bit heavy, so I could take out some and add it to the end. 3 balls of dough I'll be working with. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Sydney, Sadie, Suri, Bibinish, Kiki, Princess Margaret. So I'm going to take each one of these and further divide it into 3. That is where the plaiting situation comes into play. But okay, so you have 9 pieces of now you're going to take each piece and gently roll each piece out, stretch it. You want it nice and long, and make sure to keep flour in your surface as needed. Okay, so for the first, I'll just try to show you as best as I could how we're going to braid the bread. You would have everything connected at the top, so we'll just connect the pieces, join the 3 pieces at the top here, and the idea is to get each outer end to the middle. So when you bring this outer end to the middle, you're going to have to wiggle the middle one out a bit, so that now the middle one becomes the outer one. And then you repeat on this side, go back to the other side. You keep repeating the process until you have a fully braided bread. And take your time, right? Take your time. That's what we're doing. So you see, it's always over and across. And you just keep repeating like this until you reach to the end. And when you reach to the end here, you get a woogie or a scrunchie and you tie the end like that. No, don't go and put no woogie on your bread. You just tuck it in like that. Tuck it in. Make it a little neat and compact like this. Tuck the ends under until you get what it is you're looking for. And that is your first loaf. Alright, so I have my baking tray here with my baking paper, and we'll just transfer and repeat 2 more times. It's so small. If they were larger loaves, I'd probably give them a 20 minutes again. You see how this is the first one. You see how it's already starting to plump up. So not too long. I'd say between 8 to 10 minutes. Because when they go into the oven, they'd start to they'd get even bigger, right? Yay! Time it for me, all yeah. 8 minutes. I have a little egg wash here. 1 egg with a tablespoon of water. We'll just go and lightly brush the loaves with the egg wash. It's going to give the challah that beautiful classic brown color and shine. Don't press down the brush too hard because you're going to deflate your loaves. You're going to get some flat loaves. Okay, I'll go in with some sesame seeds and some flaxseed. Just go in there and have some fun. Just go in and have fun. Put as many or as few as you like. Listen, this thing ain't even cooked yet. Don't bite into your challah bread yet, sir. These are not cooked yet. Make sure and bake your bread before you bite them. Yes, I know they're looking delicious already. Cook them first. Let me show you what's going on with the goat. So I kept adding water gradually to this. Every time the water in the pot evaporated, I just keep adding more and more hot water because I really want the goat to be very tender. I want the whatever fat in the goat is there, I really want it to render into a nice thick sauce, a nice gravy, and then I'll show you how I finish it off. Watch what's going on behind me. Watch what's going on there behind me. That goat is so soft and so tender. I have some coconut milk. I really mix the coconut powder in just a very tiny amount of water. I'm going to grate in some fresh turmeric, saffron root, some fresh ginger. Then I'll turn off the stove and put bay leaf inside there, cover it, and let everything come together nicely. And remember, I was telling you all earlier that I wanted like a tomato flavor going on in the goat. Well, I was racking my brains. I wanted to add fresh tomatoes, and that's good, but I didn't want the full, strong, potent flavor of the tomato. So I came up with a solution. I'm going to be experimenting with you all. Spaghetti sauce. There is a lot of tomato flavor packed into this sauce, and there is some sweetness, some tanginess, a lot of other flavors going on in there. Pimento, olive oil, spices. I don't know about you, anytime I hear spices and goat meat, yeah, that sounds real good to me. Turn the fire down so that it's simmering, and put in the grated turmeric and grated ginger. Mix it around. We want it to continue simmering for a few minutes again because we want the turmeric and the ginger to cook, for the raw taste to cook out and for the flavors to get acquainted with the pot, because you know there are 2 new flavors to this pot, so they have to introduce themselves and walk around, go around the pot. In goes the coconut milk. Oh yes. Turn it around, turn it around. And I'll add 2 tablespoons of the spaghetti sauce. 1, 2. Reserve that spoon, don't contaminate it, because we still have to taste to see. Oh yeah, this is exactly the color I was looking for. It looking slightly different on camera, but if I could give you a description of how it looks in real life, I would say it's nice and almost brownish, orangish, reddish going on inside here. Yep. So let's take a taste test. You know, if the kids didn't have to eat, I'd put some yellow salad inside here, but you could always add it to your plate afterwards. Let's taste the sauce. Wait, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. You see, once you have an idea in your head what it is you're looking for, you need to send the messages from your brains. According to Suri, from your brains, send those messages to your palate, right? And your palate will send back a message to your brain. They will keep communicating. Let your brain and your palate communicate, and you're going to get exactly what it is you're looking for in terms of the flavor profile. That, let me see, just a little salt, a little black pepper, and garnish it with a little bit of fresh shadow benny, and that is it. Yo, that is it. That goat is greatest of all time. So we'll just let it simmer. Oh yeah, and we didn't even add the bay leaf yet. Well, look thing, when you add that bay leaf, what's going to happen? It's just that is going to make your pot elevate. It will send it through the roof. Hold on to your pot way down, because we don't want your pot flying away. All them flavors, they will make your pot fly away. Let me tell you. Listen, let me show you. If you don't mind me saying, I think that it came out pretty good, considering I'm not a professional challah maker. I'm breaking off this piece first to go in that goat sauce. Yeah. Oh gosh, and it's nice and hot. It's perfect for butter, but I so want to give the girls the bread. I don't want to break it apart. It's nice and hot still. Perfect for butter, perfect for cheese, perfect for jam, anything. We were really blessed that the weather held up nicely, and we were able to spend the evening in our Sukkot. And the girls have their fruits here. Some apple slices, plum slices, dragon fruit. We got the dragon fruit at a great deal, $10 for one. Really sweet and flavorful. And this is our goat. Oh gosh, I can't wait to dive into this. Our challah, and we have some 2-bite brownies that we got in the grocery for, you know, those with a little sweet tooth. These are actually very delicious. So yeah. We have one more treat for later. I don't know if you could remember this, but these are a hit starlights, and I think Suri prefers these over dinner. Princess Margaret real smart, you know, she's trying to bargain with me to light a few packs of these before dinner. Oh, they're sleeping. Yo, we're not supposed to make too much noise, okay?
But they like a little bit of noise.
They like noise?
They like a little bit of this noise.
Okay, so we can make a little bit of this noise, right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit of this. Girls, are you hungry?
Yeah.
I'm real hungry, so I'm going to bring the food we eat in here tonight. Yay!
For the last day of Sukkot.
What's that?
For the last day of Sukkot.
You are very knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable.
Give me a high five. Wow.
Have a retelling about traditional Jewish food. Yeah. I have no words to describe it.
I know, right? It's so delicious. The challah is so nice and soft and spongy, and it's just soaking up. Let me show you. It's just soaking up the
It's like a sponge.
the goat. So, oh yeah, you have to dip the pepper too.
You know, Mommy could never forget her yellow salad.
Never.
No. Yellow salad tastes good. I never ever
This
make
is
it.
exactly,
You never ever have to give me any pepper because I'll breathe fire
You'll breathe fire.
like a dragon.
No pepper for Suri because she'll breathe fire like a dragon.
Oh.
Sydney is the master of the chef's kiss. Doran.
You want what's your head?
Yeah, exactly. This is the easiest way for them to play with the starlights. You light a candle and make sure that the candle is burnt down almost halfway down the container so that the breeze will not out the flame. Don't want the flame to out. Clear the path. Make sure everybody has slippers. Where's slippers? Can't find your slippers? It's a hack, right? So you tear the starlight pack like halfway down, and they are going to hold the starlight in place in the packet with their hand, but they are able to see. They're able to see each individual starlight, so you know they could take out conveniently. Go have fun, baby. Who lighting the first starlight? Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Wow! Sadie having fun. And I see lights everywhere and starlights. Let me see what a starlight looks like for those who never saw a starlight. So, yes, so we have a thin piece of wire and we have some sulfur attached to the thin piece of wire. You hold the starlight there on the end where there's no sulfur, and you put the other end into the flame, wait for a few seconds, and there you go.
Wow.
What?
Oh,
My honey yellow from all the saffron.
and without the light, it looks as sparkly as light could be.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off the light. Wow!
I want to show all you a cool trick with
Mhm.
starlight.
What's that?
Light your first starlight, right?
Mm-hmm. So you light your first starlight, and then you put the other. Oh, so you could light another starlight from a starlight that's already lighted.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Say the transfer in the light, y'all.
Guys, look at this.
Ooh. Come. See, I told ya.
The other two girls run away having fun.
Told ya, guys. I told all ya. But you can light up. You can light up inside.
Very good, baby. I'll not see it because it's dark. But
Not to worry.
not to worry, because I have to light my starlight too.
Not always
I'll light my starlight, sit down on my bench, and have nice time. I tell you, the weather in Trinidad is always so funny. We would have days of rain and then days of extreme sun. Not a problem though. What I'm going to do is actually take down the sukkah. I'm a little saddened because, you know, it was our first sukkah, and it was so beautiful. It was so wonderful to spend time in it, to eat in it, pray, read stories with each other in it. It must come down in order for us to put up another one next year. I had a little help from the angels. These came down by themselves. Alright, so what I'll do is just remove the drapes, the curtains, and they're very easy to come down, as well as the palm branches, the coconut branches on the top, the sakak, the wooden structure, the wooden frame. I'll take down all the decorations and stuff. A little help I got made the difference, made it a little easier. It wasn't really difficult to put up, and it's not going to be difficult to take down. I did feel a sense. Let me sit down, because you know what, Alice had a talk. I could talk, right? Yeah. So I really did feel a sense of accomplishment building this sukkah for the very first time. As I mentioned before, the wooden frame, the structure was up, so it made things, I would say, like 75% easier. I didn't have to buy lumber. I didn't have to go looking for lumber and building it. You see? And I waited till it was nice and cool in the afternoon because the sun is directly overhead. The sun was really fierce today, real fierce today. So, felt proud, felt accomplished. I'm hoping that I could inspire somebody to do the same thing next year, because I will be planning from now for next year's sukkah. I'm telling you, this one came together so wonderfully. I didn't even have to spend much money. I had the curtains, I had the decorations. I just bought the leaves, these fall type leaves. And well, you saw Donnie. I had the coconut branches already. Donnie helped me to procure the branches, and had lights. What would I do differently next year? I don't know. Probably get some more decorations. Probably let the kids decorate some things way in advance. Make some decorations way in advance to hang up. Alright, so let's climb up. Make sure that whatever you're climbing on is strong, steady, and safe. I think I'll spend 2 minutes in here before I start to dismantle things. It's okay. Don't want any sadness. We want happiness. It's a celebration. It's a joyous time. We have to take it down to make room for next year's sukkah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. See that? That's a nice touch. Stuck to my face. Coming down. And you know, if I have time, I could use these things to make a cookie broom. Yeah, I could try something. Unhook this on all sides, and it just slides right out. See? Curtain number 1 off. Repeat a couple times again. With this kind of, you know, with this kind of heat, that's what people will say, rain coming, and really and truly, if you look in that direction, like right above my head, I don't know if you could see how gray the skies are. See, yeah, skies are gray on that side, so you just might get some rain. We make the best out of all kinds of weather in Cora. So until next time, be happy, be safe, start preparing for your Sukkot. I don't want any excuses.